Well, hello my friends, it's the Crypto Lunatic, and now I'm going to give you an update of the top coins. Let's talk about the general overview of crypto. So when the market is like it isn't now and there's lots of fear, then being in degen coins is massive high risk because you're going to lose probably 80-90% of your position. And I have, let's be honest. But luckily only a small percentage of my portfolio is allocated to degen altcoins, which I've always maintained. No more than 10% of your portfolio should be in altcoins. Now, if it hits alt season, then that's a different conversation for a different day. But certainly right now, that the safest cryptos, now I use the word safest in the broadest context of what is safe or not, what is safe within crypto is a different ballpark to most other investments. And this definitely isn't investment advice, just in case you're wondering. But right now, Bitcoin is probably the safest, is always the safest of all of the cryptos. Always the safest is Bitcoin. Now, under that, I would argue that next would be Solana. Now, some would say Ethereum because it's been around longer, it's more established. But I would say Solana because about 80% of all transactions on blockchains are going through Solana at the moment. It looks to me to be the most underpriced crypto of the big ones. Whereas Ethereum seems like reasonably priced for where it's at, and it's slower and it's clunkier, and not as many people are using it, but it had early adoption, which is why the institutions like it. So Ethereum will do well, but I fancy Solana above that. Now there's a big XRP army that's likely to do well because they're in with the banking system. The same with Stellar and Hedera. Quant is another one that's on the inside there, and so is Algorand and Cardano. But Algorand and Cardano, not many people are actually using these blockchains for all of their great tech. There's not as many people using them. Solana is definitely the king of the blockchains. So bear that in mind if you're going to go into these, because most of them have got almost cultish communities that refuse to see other blockchains or see this from a neutral perspective. Then you've got degen blockchains that have got lots of cultish followers that are maxis in their little brands. They're the sort of Bitcoin Cash crew, the BSV, Bitcoin BSV, Bitcoin Satoshi Vision crew, the Pulse Chain community. Now, all of these have the potential for explosive gains if they get the adoption. But that's a big if, my friends. It's a big if, and they're higher risk. So right now, the safest plays look to be the top coins. That venturing outside of that at the moment is a higher risk strategy. And I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying know what you're getting yourself into and be prepared for a 90% pullback. And if you're not prepared for that, you should never be in degen coins in the first place. So there you go, my friends. There's an overall summary of the top coins at the moment and where we're sitting in the market. Now, whether the market's about to go up or down, well, nobody really knows. There's lots of speculation and every influencer's an expert. I'll tell you straight, no one can predict it. We're not Nostradamus. And be prepared to watch your investments go down. But also, this is the important part, be prepared to hold on for longer. Because those with a longer timeline are the more likely winners in this game. And that's the game, my friends. That's the game. Let me know your thoughts. It'll be very interesting to hear.